Hi everyone! My name is Dr. Paul Dorado. I'm going to be your instructor this semester in Philosophy 355, Philosophy of Religion. I figured I'd make a quick little introductory video telling you a little bit what the semester is going to look like, so my plans for the semester, and then we'll end with a very brief little discussion of what it is that we're going to be actually talking about in the class. So first, I want to say that my goal in teaching this class is for you all to be as successful as possible. And I'm going to try to do everything I can to help ensure that, to help bring that about. It's going to be another difficult semester in a lot of respects, and my objective is for you all to be as successful as possible given the constraints that we're going to have to work under a little bit. To help realize that, there's a couple things that we're sort of all going to need. First, I'm going to try to be as flexible as possible at accommodating your different needs, different things that you want, different ways that you can succeed within the class. The only thing I'll ask in turn is that you also be a little bit flexible with me. I might have to change things as the semester sort of moves along, as events overtake us. I still don't even know exactly when the face-to-face part of the course is going to be allowed to begin through the university. But, you know, I'm going to try to be as flexible as I can and just ask you to be a little bit flexible too if I need to change things as circumstances overtake us. The second thing that'll be really helpful is communication. Please let me know what you need from me this semester. Things are again going to be weird. They're going to be a little bit different, and your needs might change as the semester goes along. Please let me know, talk to me, communicate with me, tell me what's going on with you so that I can do whatever I can to help you deal with the circumstances that you're facing and fit that within the structure of the course. What are we going to be doing in the course? What's the course going to look like? So for at least the first 2 weeks, things are going to be pretty straightforward, pretty easy. We're going to be, as most of the university will be, fully remote. So the class will basically be taught online. I'll be using the Zoom client for using synchronous class sessions. So we'll meet on both Tuesdays and Thursdays, and your obligations are really easy. Just come to class. That's pretty much all you need to do. It's pretty much all you need to worry about. And so we'll be starting with that next Tuesday, first day of class in the semester. So I'll look forward to just sort of seeing all of you, or digitally seeing all of you in Zoom. For people who can't make the synchronous sessions, I'll be recording the Zoom sessions, and they'll be posted and made available so that you can review them and get access to them later. So you'll be able to keep up with the class if for whatever reason you can't be doing synchronous remote instruction at this time. At some point in the semester, we'll be allowed to resume some degree of face-to-face instruction. Again, I don't really know when that's going to be. I haven't sort of gotten that go-ahead yet from the university. But once that happens, we're going to switch to what's called a high-flex structure. That's its technical name. It's a kind of hybrid instruction. So the way that it'll work, I'm still going to teach classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, both days, and you'll still have obligations both days. So, it won't just be a one-day-a-week course at that point. But what I'll do is I'll divide you up into two groups, and each day, one group will come to class, and the other group will live stream the class using Canvas's Echo 360 functionality. We're still working in some of the tech stuff. I've got a little bit of time to figure it all out because it's not going to start right away. But the basic idea is at least that you should be able to participate remotely by asking questions through chat and whatnot. Maybe even I'll be able to do some video. I'm not certain about that. But that way, everyone will be involved both days. But which group is going to be face-to-face and which group is going to be remote will switch as the week goes along. Other options, though, you also have the ability to take the course fully remotely at that point. If you don't want to come in at all, you can just live stream the sessions full-time. And what I'll do is I'll send out a survey probably within a week or so of the start of the class, where people sort of tell me if they want to do full remote or not, and then I'll sort of assign you groups, get us ready for when we're allowed to do the face-to-face instruction. And then we'll sort of switch to doing that. Also, those Echo 360 sections will be recorded as well, so you can also view them asynchronously too. Alright, so that's what the course is going to look like. All the information that I just went over is going to be available in Canvas on the syllabus pages in more detail, even than I just went through it. So feel free to go review that, and then bring any questions you've got to the first day of class that we do via Zoom on Tuesday, and we can go over stuff in a little bit more detail. Let's just end by briefly talking about what we're going to be discussing in the class. What's philosophy of religion? What does it even mean? And again, that's mostly what we're going to do the first day, so I don't want to sort of step on my own toes a little bit, but I give you at least a little hint of it. The question we're going to be fundamentally asking this semester is, what actually are we talking about when we talk about a religion? And what are we actually talking about if we talk about something as being non-religious or anti-religious? What do those terms refer to? And even more than that, we're not really even going to be talking about so much the meaning of those words. What phenomenon are we trying to pick out in the world when we call it a religious phenomenon, or if we call it a non-religious phenomenon? One thing that we're going to see really quickly is that our sort of modern sense of what we mean by a religion is really new, possibly the last 150, 200 years old. And indeed, there is no word in, say, ancient Greek or in the ancient Egyptian language. And indeed, there's not even really any word in modern Arabic or modern Hindi that neatly translates to religion, to the English word religion. And indeed, even in most of, the Western European history, the word religion actually meant something really different. We'll talk about what it meant all the way up through maybe the late Middle Ages. It's very different than what we meant. So we should be open to, we need to be willing to be and open to calling the question, what do we mean by something as being religious, and what do we mean by something as not being religious? By asking that question, we're going to get to explore a whole host of other very interesting issues that will sort of emerge from our sort of effort to come up with an account of what religion actually means. We're going to focus especially on questions of what does it mean to talk about a transcendent being, God, right? But there's other ways of characterizing it, but the key feature is going to be a certain kind of transcendence. What does that transcendence actually entail? We'll ask some questions about sort of the epistemic status of things like faith versus maybe scientific kinds of beliefs. Are they different kinds of beliefs? What are the differences if there are any? And a whole host of other really interesting, important topics that will sort of emerge out of our efforts to kind of try to give a rigorous account of how religion differs from non-religion. So that's what the semester is going to look like. That's what we'll be talking about. I hope it sounds interesting. And like I said, the first day of class, we're just going to go full stop right into it. Really try to actually start asking this question and see some of the problems we're going to run into with a lot of our efforts to sort of characterize something as religious or not religious. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. I hope this is going to be a great course, a great semester. And please don't ever hesitate. Let me know if you have any questions, thoughts, comments about anything. Looking forward to the class. Hope you're all looking forward to it as well. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.